All right, guys, so let's look at example 2. So now this time we have to actually get to slope intercept form. So the way we're going to do this is you're going to find slope. After you find slope, you plug into point slope form of a line. After that, we're going to find slope intercept form of a line. Now, I know some of these formulas can get confusing. So we have 3 major formulas, and every one of them uses the word slope. So you have to understand what we're talking about when we're doing these, okay? So first formula is slope formula. You can use the slope formula, or since we were given a graph, you can simply count, rise, and run, okay? Either way is up to you. They're going to use slope formula, which I wish they would have had it written out, but it's y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. We did that all in 4-1. That was really what you should have walked away with out of 4-1, was being able to do the slope formula really well. So you can see here's your y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Or you could have just counted down 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1, 2. And either way, you get the same slope, -4 over 2, that reduces to -2. So now that we have the slope of -2, you can pick either point. I always pick the x1, y1 that I use for my slope formula anyways. So now we're going to look at the point 1, 2, and we're going to use the slope from the first from the part 1. So after you find slope, you take the slope and your point. Now you're just going to plug them in exactly like you did in example 1. So you go to point slope form of a line, plug in your y1, your slope, then your x1. Now we need to solve for y. So we would look for any double negatives. We don't have any. So now we're just looking to distribute and then get the y by itself. So I'm going to distribute this -2 through the parentheses. So we end up with y minus 2 equals -2x, and then -2 times -1 is +2. Okay. After we distribute, now we're just going to get y by itself by adding 2 to both sides. So when you add 2 to both sides, this would cancel out. 2 plus 2 is 4. So we're at y equals -2x plus 4. So remember, these are the 3 big formulas you need. Slope formula, which they didn't write, but it's y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Point slope, which they gave you. And then we need to get to y equals mx plus b form, which we are in at the end. This is the big idea of this entire section. If you understand this problem, you are sitting good in 4-2, okay? So remember the concept. Find slope. Plug into point slope, solve for y to get slope intercept. That's really the gist of it, okay, guys? So go ahead and continue on, and I will talk to you after you've done monitoring progress.